top left playing an ASL Challenger round of 32 Group D. It is Storm Gaming's SLeet.
Damn.
I didn't do it as well. I could have done it better.
His opponent is going to be spawning down the bottom left-hand corner as the pink Zerg, also representing Rip Z's Celiumn.
Alright, so these players will scout each other with the perfect Overlord high fives. Woo! To start off the game. I'm digging that.
Overlord kisses. And yeah, this means, of course, they can redirect their second Overlords to get super fast scouting positions as well. And they don't know what their opponent's doing yet, but they know where they're doing it. So that's a little bit of information. And that bit of information, I think, is going to be a bit more useful to SLeet than it is to Celiumn, because SLeet is getting he's got his gas down, he's getting his pool down, and he's going to be building a few lings and getting a little bit aggressive here into Celiumn. And Celiumn has gone for a hatch first. Pretty greedy pool after it as well, going actually up to 16 supply before he started his pool. So there's the possibility he could take a fair bit of damage here, depending on how hard SLeet commits.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited to see what SLeet's going to do out of this with going in the early spawning pool, because I really like Ling battles in general early on in the games. And SLeet actually spawning pool right in the middle of that gas line. Not sure what to call it, or the drones working on the extractor. But he will just get enough for speed, it looks like, and he just got speed and is still actually mining gas. So I'm curious to see what he's going to do off of that.
I guess we're going to see a Baneling Nest, and it looks like he's going to be committing fairly heavily to this, starting quite a few links. So I think we're going to be seeing an all-in coming out of SLeet. That Baneling Nest, yeah, being thrown down with the extra gas, and there we go, excellent. He is taking one off gas, just keeping two in means he has a few Banelings. I would expect him to take a second one off gas and just leave one in maybe a minute or so's time. Celiumn, he scouted this coming with his Overlords, and he's going to throw down Spine Crawler. I think his natural has to be forfeit, and I'm pretty sure Celiumn agrees. He's moving his lings away from that. Might be unable to cancel Queen's going to come out from here as well, because otherwise it's going to die.
I feel like with these two lings that right now Celiumn has and the Queen out, he may be able to push that small force back since there's no more lings heading. There is 12 obviously coming, but at the moment I feel like he may be able to defend it. He will, but in very, very soon, these extra lings coming in, it looks like there will be 8 lings right now for SLeet on the battlefield with 2 by 2 they're coming by. Banelings being morphed in Metabolic Boost, only literally just got it. So this will be very, very hard for Celiumn to deal with. Now he does have 2 queens on this ramp, which will be very good for him. His lings trying to dash forward to engage, but they do not have speed, and it will look like SLeet's, or Celiumm's, SLeet's, all of SLeet's lings will get away quite quickly.
Yeah, absolutely no problem. The Banelings are coming in. SLeet just manages to escape a really, really nasty connection there. And Celiumn very wisely going for his Baneling Nest before the speed. It's going to give him a decent chance of holding this off. 2 Banelings. Again, it's all about the Baneling hits there, and some big hits do manage to take out pretty much all of SLeet's lings, although both the Queens fall as well. However, Celiumn now has a big advantage in his lings. The big problem here, with no Queens, there's nothing to block his ramp. And definitely if SLeet just runs a bunch of links past into the main mineral line, it's going to be bad for Celiumn.
Yeah, so I really like that Celiumm's moving out early on to try to take these Banelings out, and he does not have speed yet though. Only taking his gas, or he's got his gas down, but he's not getting speed, and it doesn't look like he's going to get it anytime soon. I'm a little bit worried for Celiumn in this position. Even though he did fight off those original attacks, these speedlings will be very, very hard to deal with. He does have a few nice Baneling spots, and I'd love to see a Spine Crawler right next to that ramp there to try to stop it. Oh, and these Banelings are all bundled up pretty quickly, but it looks like they will split, and the lings will go into the main like you were saying.
Yeah, and getting into that main, there is a Queen here now, but it's not going to be too difficult for the lings to take out, getting decent surface area. The Queen's going to fall very, very quickly. Celiumm's lings now have joined their opponent's counterparts in the main base. But yes, some big hits by Celiumn are going to take out all of SLeet's lings. New problemo, and Celiumn is just looking better and better in this defense.
Definitely being able to hold that very first attack, and he's got his economy going. He's got 2 Spine Crawlers down. He did lose some Queens, maybe some injects timed off, but I think he will be good. And he also only lost 2 drones in all of this, so his economy, like you're saying, is very, very good. Now, SLeet is going to keep trying to pressure this, but eventually he's going to have to stop and really start droning. He is droning right now, but this small amount of lings is going to be very, very. It's not going to be good if he loses it. and he'll be in a bad position against Celiumn.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he just runs around, sees that Celiumn is playing it still pretty nice and safe, and he's going to back off as well. Celiumn now, it's his turn to make decisions, and he is going to look to go towards Mutalisks with the lair starting up and 3 gas all being taken all at once. Did SLeet actually see this with his lings that run around? He didn't see this. He did see the timing of the gases on the natural, which would be the only tell he could have right now. So they're going to catch him completely unawares right now, but there's still a good long while that SLeet can sneak an Overlord in and find out what Celium's doing.
Yeah, and SLeet actually is an Overlord right by his main, not quite moving in yet, but definitely if that moves in, he will see the lair, and hopefully we'll see these gases going down. SLeet trying to get back into this game, getting down his Evo chamber, trying to get some upgrades, but it's at a little bit of a precarious position, especially if Mutalisks come out. It should be able to be sniped pretty easily. And in the main of SLeet, trying to push back one of Celium's Overlords, and he's got one Spine Crawler there. But right now, just to show the incomes, it does look like SLeet's actually at a little bit of an advantage income-wise at the moment, which is very, very interesting. But that's only because Celiumn is now pulling in about 5 times more gas than SLeet is on 4 gas instead of only 1.
Yeah, Celiumn has been skimping a little bit on his mineral income to get that gas out for the Mutalisk, and we do see the Spire starting right now. A couple of Banelings are gonna... Not much is gonna happen really with them, and Celiumn gonna try and take his 3rd base. SLeet just droning in response to this. I imagine he's pretty happy, but actually SLeet kind of looks like he might be thinking of Mutalisks himself, and this is going to work out pretty poorly for him, I would have to think, because he's invested gas into those Ling upgrades. He's just doing it later than his opponent because he invested super heavily into that cheese. His 3rd base is going to be later as well, and all this is going to combine into an overwhelming Mutalisk count advantage for Celiumn, and he should be able to take that into a runaway win.
Yeah, definitely. SLeet is going up to lair like you were saying, but he does not have a single Spore Crawler down. He's got a lot of gas he's mining, and still not a single Spore Crawler. Now this Overlord for SLeet on the left-hand side is going in an Overseer, and we'll be able to, if it doesn't spot them now, we'll be able to see the Mutalisks, I'm guessing, move out towards the main.
Yeah, they might want to try and defend this little Ling harass first before they do that. But we'll see. Celium's got plenty of Lings at his own. They're going to be dancing around right here outside the 3rd base. And the Baneling hits again. Really important. Ooh, a little bit of a premature detonation there by SLeet. And Celiumn is going to push this back pretty handily. And at the same time, the Mutalisk attack upgrades have started. Celiumn still actually hasn't started his Mutalisk though. There they go. 10 Mutalisks on the way. Right. Big first round of Mutalisk, but he's taking a lot of pressure from SLeet. Ton of Banelings being morphed in right now. This is going to cut this in Mutalisk count, though.
Yeah, I was for a while. I was like, okay, made the Spire. One of the Muta's going to come. One of the Muta's going to come. Looks like SLeet will run into the 3rd of Celiumn. Won't take that much down. Some nice Baneling hits, but it looks like SLeet's Baneling is going in first, seeing what they can do. Some very nice angles on them. Wow, a lot of Celium's Banelings actually go down. The Mutas will engage right now, taking out all those Banelings. There's only 1 Baneling left for SLeet. Now there's a lot of Lings right here running in, taking out 1 Queen, going for the natural, going for the 3rd base. Muta's trying to deal with this, and at the same time for SLeet, he just now has a Spire done, and is starting to get Zerg flying armor up, and we should see some Mutas out of him. But right now for Celiumn, getting out 2 more Mutalisks in the back of this, and 30 Zerglings. This is going to be a very, very hard pressure for SLeet to deal with, especially with only 6 Mutas on the way and no Spore Crawlers yet.
Yeah, no, 1 Spore Crawler being started now at his 3rd base, but the Mutalisks can still do a lot of damage around the main natural 3rd, wherever they want. They could actually try and snipe the Spire here. If Celiumn just manages to get in and take that Spire out, that would be a huge amount of damage, but he probably is assuming they're Spore Crawlers, and wouldn't know they aren't. And a bunch of Lings coming in, they're going to take out all these Queens. GG. SLeet could not handle that.
Yeah, GG just right off the bat, that very early Spire without SLeet scouting it at all.
Okay then, guys, welcome back to Overgrowth. Game 2, Map 2, Set 2, it is. All of these things. And the first player is Purple Zerg, playing in the bottom left-hand corner for Psystorm Gaming. SLeet!
And his opponent, currently up one game with an amazing tech switch into Mitas. Playing the Zerg race in the pink amazing trunks. For Z's, it is Celiumn! Woo! Alright, to start off, we will see a pool before hatch for both of them. So both playing quite standard and nothing... You could go hatch before pool, but they're both very wary. They don't want to lose to this. Obviously, SLeet does not want to lose because he'll be knocked down. And Celiumm's just being wary of any crazy early aggression.
Yeah, I imagine neither one of them really wants to lose, because losing is generally regarded as something to be avoided in StarCraft. Unless, of course, we're talking about that classic matchup, Stefano versus it was a Terran player. I can't remember. Basically, there was a situation where the loser had to face San. The match didn't actually matter for standings in the group, but the winner of the match had to face San, and the loser had to face somebody much easier, and then the winner of those next two matches would get to advance. So they were both trying to lose the series, and unfortunately Stefano lost that in the sense that he won the series. No, Stefano lost worse. He lost the game of who can lose and won the series 2-1. But
he lost, so he won. Okay, all right. It looks like Celiumn going for the scout with his first two lings. Same thing, SLeet. Very, very common. Both going for their hatches now, as you were saying. It was pool before hatch. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen next from these players. Neither has taken a gas, or actually take that back. SLeet has taken a gas, while it looks like Celiumn is not going to take a gas yet and still mining. So very curious to see what pressure SLeet's going to put on with this, whether it's a metabolic boost or getting up an early layer.
Yeah, it could be interesting. And nice little queen block there. One of the lings is going to get in, though. And Celiumn is going for that gasless opening, which I was talking about earlier on, and I really like gasless openings. They're pretty safe. I don't think SLeet's going to be able to put on anything that can really pressure this too much, at least if Celiumn is pretty smart, walls off fairly quickly, and I imagine he will. And yeah, I think this all looks pretty good for Celiumn. He should start pulling ahead in the drone count as well pretty soon, because he's been mining more minerals and building more drones.
Yeah, definitely just macroing up here for both players. Neither player playing too aggressively yet. Celiumn going double gas in his main and getting out 3 queens, which I really like. Starting to get that creep spread going, which is something we haven't seen out of either of these players in the first game, nor in the first 3 games in the PVZ. So I'm definitely excited to see what's going to happen there. We do see metabolic boost coming out for SLeet. He's definitely planning on being the aggressor in this situation, going for 4 gas. Trigonal, what do you think he's going to do with this? He is going up to layer now. Do you think he's going to do what Celiumn did in the first game, kind of gonna give him a little piece of his own medicine?
Yeah, absolutely. This looks very much like fast Mutalist to me. Has all the hallmarks. No Evo chambers. There's really nothing else he could be spending that gas on other than saving up for as long as possible to get a big old wave of Mutalists. And this is going to go pretty well. Queen's picking up an Overlord here, and these queens sort of exemplifying their anti-air capabilities. One of the big benefits of a gasless opening is you get a lot of queens. You can spread creeps as much as you want, though you may not want to. It's the ZVZ. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, you can help your...
The fairly high queen count is going to give Celiumn some kind of answer to these Mutalisks. Not necessarily the best answer, but it's going to be something. Also, the fact that gasless openers lead into quite fast roaches means that Celiumn can just march them across the map, and SLeet will have to keep his Mutalists at home trying to defend against the roaches, and they don't do a great job against roaches. They just kill them pretty slowly. The roaches, meanwhile, killing your tech, killing your drones, killing your queens, doing all sorts of annoying stuff, and just ignoring these Mutalists pounding down them from above. And that will also give Celiumn time at home to get up his spore crawls and everything. But we'll have to see how it goes down.
Yeah, definitely. Celiumn setting the large bulk of his army to the third of SLeet, but SLeet doing the exact same thing. A little dance coming out here. And it looks like between SLeet and Celiumn at the third. Celiumn actually not pulling back at all, going for that third now. Nothing defending the third of SLeet, but the third of Celiumn is decently defended because he did not put so much into gas and has a few more lings out here. But I would actually like to say I think creep is a good idea for Celiumn to keep going on, because if he does pump out Hydras to defend against these Mutalisks, it does not look like we will see that yet, but he is getting Zerg missile attacks, so maybe. But if he starts pumping out those Hydras, the creep will help him to go faster and catch up to those.
Yeah, he's also going pretty fastly towards Celiumm's natural here, and completely overrunning it. The queen in there is going to fall, and a lot of drones are going down. So SLeet, this is not what he wanted to happen at all. A bunch of nucleus are on the way, but before they get there, yeah, the Lynx do critical damage before the nucleus can even get out, and Celiumn takes a very fast 2-0.